Welcome back, everybody, to the Laver Cup day number 2. The most important day. This is the day where one team can establish dominance, or we could end up the day where it's very even. And we go into day 3 with everything on the line. But Europe yesterday, they won 3-1. Every match was close. There wasn't really an easy win for. Maybe Fonseca winning was easier than the rest, but he had to win, because if he didn't win, then it would be looking pretty ugly. Today's a big day though, because we've got Zverev versus De Minaur, we've got Cerundolo versus Rune, and then we've got Fritz versus Alcaraz, and then the doubles later. Team World have to win one of the 2 matches today. One of these 2 matches coming up. If we lose the next 2, Alcaraz versus Fritz is going to be hard to watch. But it's weird because on day 2, usually we have we don't usually get like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. It's usually 1 versus 2 or 3 versus 1 or some other combination. So it's a little strange that we've got the number 2, the 2 best players in the team playing each other, and then the number 1s are playing each other tonight. I think maybe that was probably a strategy, because whoever picked the lineups, I think the strategy was that Zverev versus Fritz tomorrow will be a big match, a key match for the world. So, yeah, it's a little strange though. And maybe De Minaur Alcaraz, and then maybe Fonseca Rune. If Cerundolo doesn't beat Rune, that could be interesting. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. Cam, are you still keeping your appointment today, even though Alcaraz is playing? No, I am not. Anyways, De Minaur and Zverev haven't played for over a year. It's been a while. Last time they played was at the French Open last year, where Zverev got the win. And De Minaur hasn't won since the start of last year at the United Cup, where he won in 3. So 8-2 is the head-to-head. Both matches that De Minaur has won have been in Australia. But they've both been on hard court, so that's something. But 8-2 is the head-to-head, so it's pretty one-sided. So let's see if Demon's going to have to do it, because if Demon loses this, puts a lot of pressure on Cerundolo. And it means it will be 5-1 and maybe 7-1 going into tonight, which is not a good idea. No, it's not good. That is not a good score for the world. All right. I'm just introducing all the players. But I think we can all agree the highlight of yesterday was Agassi. For sure. Andre Agassi being as into this as anybody else, I love it. I thought that was the best thing. Agassi getting fired up over his team doing well. I thought that was the best part of yesterday. By a mile. And also Fonseca winning was pretty awesome too. Youngest player to ever win at the Laver Cup. I'm rooting for Team Europe, of course, but no runaway train. I want it to be close. Yeah, look. I'm obviously going for the world, but it would be a shame if tomorrow it was like, 11-1 by tomorrow, and it could happen, unfortunately, because of the matchups. It could be 11-1. This time tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow is different because they start with the doubles tomorrow. So tomorrow they start with the doubles, and then they play the singles. Menchik held the record for 5 seconds. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Menchik was the youngest until Fonseca, a couple hours later, took it out. It's funny. It's kind of weird, though, that Alcaraz isn't the youngest to win a match here. Or maybe he was until today, or till yesterday. All right, Team Europe are on the court. Now they're introducing Team World. All right, Brooksby walking out first, the alternate. And then chat later tonight, we've got Swiatek versus Alexandrova as the final of Seoul. So we'll watch that as well. And then, then next week is... next week is... we go to Beijing and Tokyo. That's next week. I think the ladies start... Because remember, Beijing for the ladies is 2 weeks. So it starts on like Wednesday. And then the main players play on Friday. So like the top seeds play Friday. But the men start on Tuesday. So Alcaraz in Tokyo, Sinner in Beijing. I got to be honest, we're only probably going to watch Alcaraz in Tokyo and Sinner in Beijing. We're probably not going to really watch much else because, again, we don't watch ATP. We only watch WTA these days. And Eala's playing, so we're going to watch her. Tokyo is not bad, though. I mean, you got Fritz, Rune, Rude, Alcaraz being the number one. And then on, Sinner, Zverev, De Minaur, Musetti. But I think the China Open is on the men's side is the better event. And on the women's side, everyone's playing in China, so we'll watch that. All right. Here we go. De Minaur walking out. He's got to win, Demon. This is a 50-50. De Minaur can win this. I don't know if Cerundolo can beat Rune, but I know... they've played twice. It's 1-1, but... De Minaur has to win this match. This is a must-win match for Demon. He can win this. I believe. He can win this match. This is a crucial match. If Demon wins this one, game on. All right. They're just doing the long introductions. I got to remember they're going to do long introductions for later so I don't go live too early. Because going live on time when they've got these long introductions is so we're just kind of sitting around waiting for them to hurry up and get on the court. Oh, here comes Andre. Oh, I love Andre Agassi. He's the best. Andre Agassi's the best. Skips out on court, points to everybody. Oh, I love Andre. He's the best. Him and Rafter, they're such a good team. They're such a good combo. I love it. Andre's the best. I hope he comes back next year. He's so good. Jannik Sinner was really good in the doubles yesterday. He was much more animated for the doubles yesterday. Maybe because the first two matches, his team were winning, so he's kind of like, I'm good. But then that doubles was pretty important, so maybe that's why he was a little bit more animated. But let's see. Oh, does Zverev always wear a headband? He does, right? Does Zverev always wear a headband? I can't remember. He's a diva? Who's a diva? Rod Laver in the house. Front and center. We love that. Hey, F4, thank you for the 41 months. Appreciate that. All right. He does? Okay. Maybe I'm just confused. By the way, chat, yesterday I watched Agassi Sampras 2000 Australian Open. When Agassi came back from the dead. Loved it. It was so good. So much fun to watch. Pete, goddamn, it was so fun to watch Pete, though, because it's like Pete Sampras. How good is he? I mean, he was a legend. He is a legend. So good. Him versus Andre, what a contrast. In so many different ways. So good. Such a good, fun match to watch. Do they count this towards head-to-head? Yes. So the high five of Andre to Opelka, yeah, that was one of the fun moments. And then him getting fired up when Seka started winning, that was so fun. All right, here we go. Alex versus Alex. Must-win match for Demon. He's got to win this. He's got to win this. He's got to win this. Fonseca, Andre, great duo. Oh, yeah. So good. Just such a great energy. All right, they're taking a photo. Zverev awkwardly standing behind the trophy. All right. Warming up, and then we will begin. All right. All right. I have no idea who's serving because I wasn't listening, but after the US Open, do you feel less entertained from tennis? Not really. Not really. I mean, chat. Well, I think most people just disappear after the US Open and then come back for the ATP final. So I don't think it's not that I feel less entertained. I feel like only Grand Slam are hype. That's not true. Next week is going to be like Beijing. Like, I love the Asian swing. We started this channel during the Asian swing. So I have a special connection to the Asian swing because we started the channel during that period. I just think a lot of people just disappear after the US Open because they think that's the end of the year. So, but yeah, I mean, the 2 weeks after the US Open, everyone's tired. I'm tired. You know, players are tired. I think there's a lot of tennis fatigue due to so much, especially with, and look, 2 week Masters, we love them or hate them, whatever your opinion is of them, they definitely do affect long term. Affect everybody. They affect players. They affect fans because there's just so much going on, and there's just tennis takes up so much of the year now. There's no time to we move on from Cincinnati 2 days later to watch US Open, right? It's there's not much going, there's not much time for reflection. So I think after the US Open, everyone kind of just goes away because it's like, oh, thank God, we can breathe and we can think about what just happened. So I don't think it's not that less entertained. It's more just like everybody needs a rest after such a hectic season. And then other sports start, right? You've got NFL starts. I think Premier League starts soon. NBA starts soon. So like other sports start up again. So people kind of move on and watch those sports, you know. So yeah, it's a bit, but I definitely don't feel less entertained because next week, Sinner comes back, Alcaraz is playing, all the ladies are playing except for Sabalenka. So next week is going to be back to it. Yeah, hockey starts. Yeah, a lot of other sports start around this time. So I think a lot of people think that the US Open finishes and then they move on and start watching other things. Whereas during, like, you know, Wimbledon, the US Open, it's like the only thing that's in town. Like baseball and tennis, right? That's the only kind of, over the summer, they're the only things that are kind of on. By the way, chat, good news, Collingwood lost. So I heard something really funny yesterday. When Collingwood lose, Australia wins. And and we won. Everybody wins. Brisbane into the grand final. Collingwood are out. That's a win for Australia. All right, De Minaur to serve. I feel like De Minaur has to win this. We have to get at least 2 wins today, I think, to make it competitive tomorrow. If we're down by 4 points tomorrow, going into tomorrow, it could get ugly. So I think Demon can win this. I think it's an opportunity. And then Cerundolo, Runa's a 50-50. Fritz is going to have a tough one. And then the doubles, I think, is 50-50 as well. But this is a great opportunity for Demon, just to level the scores, give Cerundolo less to worry about. Because if it's 5-1 in the next match, Cerundolo's got a lot more pressure, right? So I feel like Demon's got a chance here as he comes into the net with his forehand and puts it away, 30 love. And he's already fired up. Demon's already fired up. Agassi's already off his chair. Oh, I love it, chat. Oh, I love it. Here we go. Zverev doesn't know what just hit him. He's not ready for this. He's not ready for this Agassi De Minaur combo. He's not ready. Demon's locked in. 30 love. De Minaur is locked in. Return goes in the backhand of Demon. Backhand has Zverev. To the backhand of Demon. Zverev backhand again. The backhand of Demon. Into the forehand of Zverev. And Zverev in the net. 40 love. I tell you what, for the competition, I think the best thing going in would be if World won these 2 matches. And then if we go to the night match and it's Alcaraz versus Fritz, I think that the best thing for Fritz is if the team's ahead. I think if Fritz is like, if they're down, let's say the World are down 5-3 and Fritz has to win to level the score, I think that's going to be too much. I think the only way Fritz is going to beat Alcaraz is if Team World are up 5-3 and Fritz has no pressure, because if he loses, it's level, right? He doesn't have to win. Whereas, I think if Team World are down before that match, I don't think Fritz is beating Alcaraz. But he's got a better chance if he doesn't have to win, if that makes sense. I think that would, he might not have a chance either way, but I think he's got a much better chance if he doesn't have to win as De Minaur sprints to the chair. He is fired up. 1-0. De Minaur's ready. De Minaur is so locked in. And Zverev is just kind of getting out of bed and just waking up. 1-0. De Minaur's ready. Zverev is just like walking around like the coffee hasn't kicked in. Why is he called Demon? Because he's a demon. All right, 1-0. He's skipping around. De Minaur's ready. All right. Let's see if Zverev can serve. All right. Zverev with a fault second serve. Zverev double. Oh no, first serve fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Zverev. Love 15. Love 15 as the return goes into the corner. Zverev. De Minaur slice. Zverev comes in with a volley and puts it away. 15-0. All right, 15-0. As De Minaur returns the forehand Zverev. De Minaur backhand to the slice of Zverev. To the slice of Demon. They're going backhand to backhand now. Forehand from Zverev cross court. De Minaur gets it. Zverev down the line. De Minaur's there with the backhand cross court. Zverev can't get it. 15-30. De Minaur came to play. Team World are already on their feet. They're going nuts. Oh, Europe thought they were going to win. Team Alcaraz thought they were going to just wrap it up today. They didn't realize that the world was coming. They're all on their feet. No one's on their phones, which I love. All right, 30-0. Zverev serves. Into the forehand of Demon. Forehand from Zverev. Into the backhand of Demon. Zverev with a slice. Demon slices it down the line. Oh, good shot. Zverev gets there but puts it in the net. 30-40. It's always been Team Alcaraz. It was last year, it is this year. It's Team Alcaraz. It's either Team Alcaraz or Team Menchik. Pick one. 30-40. Zverev serves. Into the backhand of Demon. Backhand from Zverev. To the slice of De Minaur. Zverev slices it back. De Minaur slice again. Making Zverev do a lot of slice. As he hits another slice to the backhand of Zverev. Zverev hits it wide. De Minaur's locked in. Agassi's giving out. I don't know. He's clapping. 2-0. Team USA. Oh, good one. All right, 2-0. I'll tell you what, these slice backhands making Zverev do work. Like Zverev slicing, he doesn't want to do that on the backhand. He wants to hit topspin and he missed it. Agassi's already fired up. I love Andre. He's the best. 2-0. There's De Minaur with a great serve, 15 love. 15 love. As we just serve out while the back and Zverev. Demon hits a forehand wide, 15-all. All right, 15-all. Demon's already got the early break. As it a backhand rally. Slicing from Demon as the forehand is Zverev. Demon backhand. Into the forehand is Zverev. Again, the backhand of Demon. And Zverev backhand again. The backhand of Demon. Zverev hits it out. 30-15. Zverev is nervous. He is shaking in his boots. And Pat Raft is on his feet. Oh, man. Team World are fired up. They're ready. They're ready for today. As Zverev shanks it into the roof. 40-15. Zverev can't handle it. Yeah, he is cracking under the pressure right now. What did I tell you, chat? No Alcaraz, no team. All right, 40-15. De Minaur 3-love with a great serve. Oh, I should have worn the red yesterday. All right. Great start from the world. 3-love. And Agassi giving out some tips. I want a compilation. Laver Cup. If you are listening, which sometimes you might, maybe, I don't know if you are. But if you are listening, I want, at the end of this tournament, a compilation of everything all the change of ends with Andre talking to the player. I just want a compilation. Give me an hour of footage of him talking to the person at the change of ends or the team at the change of ends. That's all I want to see. I want to see an hour of whatever it is, a compilation of that. That's all I want to see. Put that together. That is a great video and it's a great idea and you're welcome. By the way, Jannik Sinner is getting way more involved, which I love because yesterday he was just kind of chilling. But he is getting a lot more, he wasn't talking this much to Caboli. And by the way, again, Team Europe, terrible team chemistry. They do not give a shit about each other. They're just there, because they have to be. But Alcaraz, he's the only one from the team, and Tim Henman, but he's the captain. They're standing with Zverev, and they're like, he's the only one. Everybody else in Team Europe are sitting back doing nothing. Nothing. They're sitting back. They don't care. Team World are huddled around De Minaur like a team. It's crazy how Team Europe are just not even slightly interested in each other. It's crazy. Only Alcaraz. And again, you take Alcaraz out the team. We saw yesterday, Caboli was just sitting there by himself. No Alcaraz, no team. 15 love. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Into the backhand slice. Into the backhand slice of Demon. Forward from Zverev to the forehand of Demon. Zverev forward again, the forehand of Demon. Into the forehand of Zverev. Zverev hits it out. I'll tell you what, Demon with these slices to Zverev is very effective. It's a very smart move. All right, 15-all. All right, backhand to backhand. Now Zverev forehand. De Minaur gets it back. And then Zverev with a drop shot in the net. De Minaur speed. He's running around. Agassi's giving high fives on the way through. 15-30. The whole team are like, how is this guy so quick? I love Team World are just they're see the thing is, and again, maybe it's a cultural thing, maybe Europeans are not as easily impressed. But I love that like the vibes from Team World every year are always like they are so even if you're like I mean, De Minaur is a competitor against the guys on Team World. Like they're going to play each other in the future, and they're going to play against each other, right? But they're not afraid to show like that they're impressed by him. Demon 15-40. Whereas it seems like Team Europe are almost like a little bit like, oh, well, I don't want to give you too much credit because I have to play you next week. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that was a good shot, but I don't want to like get a little too excited because then next week when I play you, you're going to play that shot against me and I don't like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like Team World, like they don't care. They're like, whoa, that guy's so fast. Whereas Team Europe are a little bit like, that was a good shot. Yep, good shot. Like, you know, they're a little bit like, I don't know. They just don't really want to give each other that much credit. Unless it's Alcaraz. Because Alcaraz is just so impressive. 15-40. To get the double break, Demon. And he does with a forehand winner. Zverev hasn't gotten out of bed yet. Somebody give this man a coffee. He is so asleep. He's a zombie. 4-love Demon. Man, from the first point, Agassi and De Minaur were skipping out on court, and Zverev just, he's still in bed. Mentally, he's asleep. And De Minaur is like, give me my points. Give me my 2 points, damn it. Agassi's like smacking the bench. Oh, let's go. 4-love. As the return goes back in his Demon, forehand from Zverev. Into the forehand of Demon. Zverev goes down the line in the net. 15-love. 15-love. All right, Demon serves again. Cerundolo can tie this. So today everything's worth 2 points. So if De Minaur wins this, it's going to be 3-all. So Cerundolo doesn't need to win to tie. He'll if he wins, they'll lead. So if De Minaur wins this match. All right, 15-love. Good return there from Zverev to the forehand of Demon. Back in Zverev. Into the forehand of Demon. Zverev back in cross court. Demon gets on the stretch. Zverev back in again. Into the back end of Demon. Zverev hits a forehand down the line. Demon with a passing shot. Zverev with a half volley in the net. 30-love. All right, 30-love. By the way, chat, I want you to put a blue emoji for if you're on Europe or a red emoji if you're on Team World. I want to see what the... where do our allegiances lie? A blue emoji, doesn't matter which one, just put a blue emoji for Team Europe. And I want to see red emojis for Team World. I want to see what's going on. I'll ask this now because everyone's awake. Whereas in like an hour, everyone will be asleep. Good volley from Demon, but Zverev too good. 30-15. Oh, a lot of blue. Okay. A lot of blue. Where the hell's Team World at? Where's the world? What is going on? All right, a lot of blue. There we go. Okay, now here comes some red. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe it's hard to find red emojis. They're not red emojis, is there? All right, 30-15. Demon are looking for the 5-love lead. As Demon serves again. Serving to the backhand Zverev. Backhand from Demon. Into the forehand Zverev. As Demon or forehand to the forehand Zverev. Again, the forehand Demon. Zverev with a slice. Lob. De Minaur with a smash. Oh, he puts it away. That was a tough smash. 40-15. He could have hit that a lot easier, but he ended up going for the angle. Puts it away. I'll tell you what, Opelka's getting into this too. I would have thought that Riley Opelka would be kind of too cool to like outwardly support and like be a team guy. I feel like Opelka seems like the kind of guy that would just like kind of does his own thing and like, but I love that he's like so into this as well. I don't know why. He just kind of gives the vibe of like, he's kind of like a Lone Ranger. But he's like on his feet. Like he's the first one up off the bench. I love that. 40-30. All right, Demon for a 5-love lead. This is what we needed today, chat. This is what we needed. As the return goes into the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the backhand on the stretch. Demon, again, forehand to the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Demon. Zverev backhand down the line. Demon gets on the stretch with the forehand. Zverev making Demon run. As he hits the forehand on the stretch, Demon. Zverev forehand again to the forehand of Demon with a slice. Into the backhand of Zverev. Demon forehand again. Into the backhand of Zverev as Demon slice again. Into the Zverev forehand. Demon just doing a lot of running. Zverev comes in there with the backhand and Demon can't get that. Too good. Now Zverev's starting to play. Deuce. That was by far the best point of Zverev's morning. That was a much better point. By the way, chat, I think we've got 2 top 10 clashes today too, right? Demon, I think, is just inside the top 10. Yeah, this is 8 versus 3. I mean, this is a huge match. And then tonight we've got 1 versus 5. I mean, there's some serious matchups. Like, we got some top 10 clashes today. As the return goes in the forehand of Demon. Oh, Demon puts it wide. He went for the angle, but he missed it. All right, advantage Zverev to get on the board. By the way, thank you, Vanessa, yesterday for coming back as a member. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Zverev to get a break back. First serve is a fault, second serve. Zverev returns to the slice of Demon. Zverev comes to the net. Demon over the pass. Man, Zverev at the net is horrible right now. Every time Zverev goes to the net, he just doesn't have the footwork. He just looks like when he comes to the net, he's just kind of like, he just puts the racket out. There's no footwork. By the way, I think Henman and Rafter are just laughing about how they can't volley, and they're like, we would never have played like that. I think, and Henman's like, I can't make jokes. He's on my team. But that's what it looked like. It looked like Rafter and Henman are like, these kids don't know how to volley. They'd never survive in the 90s. All right, return. No, it's a let. You know that's what they were saying. You know they were being like, nice volley. They reckon these guys are better than us. You know what I mean? Yeah, you reckon they would have done better in the 90s. Yeah. Good luck. Anyways, De Minaur comes in with a drop volley. It's too good. Oh, and Zverev starting to get angry. Zverev swinging his racket in anger. Advantage, De Minaur. Now Zverev starting to get pissed. Yeah, back in my day, that's it. All right. Now Zverev's starting to get frustrated here. As the return goes into the forehand of Demon. Forehand out from Zverev. Getting the forehand of Demon. Demon in the net, though. All right, deuce. Pardon me. All right, deuce. As with a forehand from Zverev, that goes in the net. Again, Zverev just can't get the feet moving. All right, Demon for a 5-love lead. As Demon serves a let. Zverev returns the forehand to De Minaur. Zverev backhand. The backhand of Demon. Zverev with a forehand into the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the backhand cross court. De Minaur slices it back. Zverev forehand again to the back of the Demon. Demon in the net again. Zverev just hanging in. All right. Back to deuce. This has been a marathon service game. All right. As with a forehand now from Zverev. That goes long. Again, I think Zverev's not happy with the court surface. I think he's thinking the court is... And maybe he's right. The court is a bit of a dead spot. Like there's no bounce. It's not bouncing. I think Zverev is struggling with this court. All right, advantage Demon to go to 5-love. As the return goes back into Demon, slides from Zverev. Into the back into Demon, it's Zverev with a forehand. To the back into Demon, into the forehand is Zverev. Forehand to forehand is De Minaur with a backhand on the stretch. Zverev gets it with the backhand to the slice of Demon. Into the forehand is Zverev. Zverev in the net. 5-love. And Agassi's giving high fives or low fives as a low five. It was a real low five. Almost on the ground, that 5. 5-love. Agassi's just like, you're doing everything right. Just keep doing it. Chat again. Shame on Team Europe. Shame. Shame. They're all sitting there. They couldn't give 2 fucks about what's going on with Zverev. Alcaraz is on his feet. He's trying to help. Tim Henman's standing there as well. Jannik Sinner's giving advice. The rest of the team, shame. You don't need to say something. Just stand behind your man. Stand behind him. Stand up. You're too good to stand up? The whole team world are on their feet behind Demon. Zverev's down love 5. You stand up. You stand there like you want to be there. They're all sitting there like this. They don't care. They don't care. They got nowhere. They got somewhere else to be. They're like, I want to go visit something in San Francisco. I want to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. They don't want to be like, stand up. He's down love 5. Crazy. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. No support. Only Alcaraz. But you'd expect that from Alcaraz because Alcaraz is, he is him. Zverev, by the way, throwing his racket, overhand throw. Is he throwing his racket at Jannik Sinner? He's like, catch. Zverev's not happy. But still, Team Europe need to show up. By the way, Jannik Sinner is just kind of sitting there like, what are you throwing the racket at me for? He did not even flinch. If you're on Team Europe, you should be annoyed at the lack of team support. I don't even care. They don't have to stand there and start like doing a chant or doing like any cheerleading. Just stand behind him. Just show some solidarity. You know what I mean? Let us show that you actually care. Don't be like this. Like, look, like, what are you doing? Anyways, love 15. De Minaur comes down with a volley. Love 30. De Minaur is on fire. Love 30. As Zverev serves again. The return goes out by Demon, 15-30. $15.30. As we just serve to the backhand is a let. $15.30. As we just serve into the forehand of Demon. Oh, but Demon return goes long. All right, 30 all. As the return goes in from Demon to the forehand of Zverev. Demon forehand cross court. Zverev goes down the line. Demon gets with the slice. Zverev with the volley. Too good. 40-30. $40-30. $40-30. Cam, are you okay? I'm fine. Are you? Why? Are you okay? All right, Zverev on the board. 5-1. 5-1. Demon Oz goes over the set. 5-1. You went silent for 10 seconds? I don't know. Yeah, I just blacked out. It's all right. It happens. 5-1. Here we go. Demon to take the first set. As the return goes in front of Demon. Zverev with the forehand to the backhand of Demon. Into the backhand of Zverev. Demon will backhand into the forehand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Demon. But Zverev hit it out. 15 love. At least Carlos and Tim are trying to pep him up. Yeah. Again, I feel like I say this almost every year. Like, Team Europe just do not have the same support to each other as the Team World do. There's been a drop shot there from Demon. And Zverev puts it long on the lob. 30 love. And like I said, chat, I don't need them all to stand up there and pat Zverev on the back or, give him a hug. But just standing there at least shows a level of camaraderie. And if Alcaraz was playing the next match, he wouldn't even be there, and then the whole team would be sitting on the bench doing nothing. It's only that Alcaraz is getting up that anything's happening as De Minaur hits a lovely volley winner, 40 love. And the thing is, Team Europe have won this tournament, 6 out of the 8 times? And it's not because of their team chemistry at all. It's because of the talent. Europe have just got more talent. They've just got better players. They've had better players over the last 10 years. But you take out, now they don't have as many good players. It's Zverev hits a wide and De Minaur 6-1 first set. The first 5 times they played this event, they could rely on Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, right? Now they're gone. They've got to rely on Alcaraz. And if he goes and Sinner doesn't take his place, Team Europe have got to figure out how to be friends because team chemistry is a big deal. You can't just rely on talent because when the talent's not there, you ain't got nothing. You're not going to beat this team. Team World are too good. And it's much more of an even contest than it was. Okay, now they're on their feet. Now everyone's standing around. After he loses the first set, Zverev, like... But you take Alcaraz out of this team, they're not going to win. They don't win. They will not win if they don't have Alcaraz. All right. By the way, Zverev, a lot of errors. A lot of errors. He wasn't serving terrible, but he wasn't getting many free points. But that's because Demon's quick. Why Sinner is not playing in this tournament? Any specific reason? He probably just wanted to go and do other things. I mean, just look at Team World faces. They look happy to be there. Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely buying into the Laver Cup. But yeah. Like the thing is, like they just don't, Team Europe just don't show support, right? Like Team World, I know they're winning right now and they're fired up, but even yesterday when they were losing matches, they were still, on their feet, throwing fists, like, trying to help each other. But like Europe, besides Alcaraz, and maybe Ruud a little bit yesterday was kind of taking Alcaraz's spot when Alcaraz wasn't there, but they just don't show any sort of, like, they don't seem to really want to, like, they don't really care about each other's result as much. And that's going to be a problem if they don't have the talented guys to play. If, like I said, if Alcaraz doesn't play, I mean, look at, we'll go through the Laver Cup matches in the past. So last year, Team Europe won because of Alcaraz, right? Last year it was Team Alcaraz versus the world. You take Alcaraz out of the team. He's the only one that won multiple matches. Everybody else only won one or no matches. So Alcaraz won 3 out of his 4 matches, including the final day where he won 2 matches. So again, you take Alcaraz out of that team, they ain't winning. 2023, it was easily Team World. Team World dominated. And the best players in the team were Rublev, Ruud, Hurkacz, Fokina. Runa and Tsitsipas were supposed to play, but they didn't play. Team World wrecked them. Only 1 point, and that was Casper Ruud winning against Tommy Paul. That was the only time. It was over by the first match of day 3. 2022, they had the GOATs, and Team World finally got their first win. It went down to the wire. It was down to the final day. Federer couldn't play singles, which was a shame, but it really came down. I mean, Djokovic held his own until FAA beat Djokovic, and that was when everything changed. Also, Rafa didn't play singles, so you did have the GOATs and Murray, so the big 4, but Murray, Nadal, and Federer didn't play singles. They only played doubles. So that definitely made a big difference. So even though the team was stacked, it was really Djokovic as the sole guy, and there's obviously other good players at the time, but and then 2021, you had Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Rublev, Berrettini, Ruud, all top 10 guys, and then on Team World, you didn't have Fritz, you didn't have De Minaur, you didn't have Tiafoe. The best guys in the team were FAA and Shapovalov. So it was definitely a totally different, and especially 2021, those guys were not the same as now. And the Medvedev Tsitsipasses of the world were not the same as now either, right? I mean, it's a complete shift. And they Team Europe wrecked Team World that time, and it was like, oh no, how's this gonna? If the GOATs don't play, Team Europe is still strong. And then the other times they played, it was Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Dominic Thiem, Zverev, right? They all kind of and Team World in the 2010s was really bad. Like there was John Isner, there was Kevin Anderson, Nick Kyrgios, And that was it. Like everybody else, they did not have the same amount of talent as they have now with De Minaur and Shelton, and obviously Fritz being the top dog, and Cerundolo's been a bit of a good find. I mean, Team World was shocking. Zverev, it's a lovely passing shot. That's the best shot he's hit all day. But like I said, you take out Alcaraz of this team. It looks a lot different. All right. Zverev finally starting to grit his teeth. 40-30. Serving to the back of the Demon. Return goes back in Zverev. De Minaur slice. There's a drop shot. Zverev gets it. De Minaur passing shot. Zverev with a volley. De Minaur with a forehand down the line in the net. All right, Zverev on the board. And finally showing a little bit of fight. And now the Team Europe are on their feet. It still bugs me though. I'm like, okay, so now you're there when he wins. Okay. When he's winning, you support him. When he's losing, you're like, I want to be here. I want to hide. All right. Come on. You got to be there at 5-love. You can't be there when he's winning. It's just, come on. That's called a fake friend right there. There for the good times, disappears for the bad times. That's a fake friend. By the way, Jannik Noah is so fired up. I love that. Jannik Noah today is locked in. Yesterday, he was kind of chilling going, oh, this is a lovely event. Today, he's like, all right, we need to be serious. Like, Jannik Noah today, I mean, he did it in the doubles yesterday, because before the doubles yesterday, he was kind of just chilling. But today, he's like, he's locked in. I love that. He's fired up today. 15-love. All right, Demon to serve. Over to serve again from Demon. Into the back of his Zverev. Return goes long, and it's 30-love. By the way, I think Zverev has like the best record at the Laver Cup. I'm pretty sure his record here is the best. Like, he's got the most wins here, I think. Yes, yeah, so Zverev, he holds the record for most appearances, most Laver Cups won, most singles matches won, most singles points won, most total points won. So him and Jack Sock are kind of like the dominant two. And his record in singles is 17 wins, 4 losses. Doubles, it's 4 and 5, so not great. But yeah, 17 wins, 4 losses in singles. Which I think, yeah, is the most out of anybody. Federer has 15-0 in singles, which is crazy. That's crazy. Federer's doubles record sucks, but his singles record, 15-0? Okay. Maybe Alcaraz beats that in the future, but that's crazy. Sorry, not 15-0. It's 15. He's won 6-0, but it's 15 points he's won, Federer. Zverev has won 17 points and lost 4, I guess. So Zverev's got 7 wins, Federer's got 6. But points-wise, Zverev has won the most points for Team Europe in singles. And Federer second most with 15. So Federer never lost to singles. And like I said, only Alcaraz will probably be the guy that I mean, if he keeps playing this tournament, he'll probably overtake Federer with that. But yeah, 6-0 in singles, 2-4 in doubles. So Federer not great in the dubs, but singles, unbeatable. 1-1. Demon holds. But yeah, Zverev's record at 7-2 is super impressive as well. And then Fritz's 4 wins, 2 losses. And he's the third most winningest, I guess. That's the word. All right. As De Minaur forehand to the forehand Zverev. Is it a forehand from Zverev? De Minaur. Zverev hits it in the net with the backhand. It's 15-0. Where is Fonseca Laver Cup match and Alcaraz doubles? I want to see. I couldn't find it. I don't know. Did the Laver Cup put it on their website or something? I don't know. You can probably watch on that. 15-0. As Zverev serves. Who's this Federer guy? Good one. As a return goes the backhand of Zverev. Backhand up from Demon. Again to the backhand of Zverev. Zverev hits a wide. 15-30. 15-30. As Zverev serves again. $15.30. As Zverev serves a let out wide. 15-30. As a return goes in the back into Zverev. Demon on backhand down the line to the forehand of Zverev into the forehand of Demon. Zverev backhand on the stretch. Demon with a volley. Zverev with a forehand. And Demon, in the net with a volley. God, that would have been a great shot. Would have been a winner probably as well. 30-0. And he just couldn't get his racket to it and quick enough. All right. As a backhand out from Zverev, that goes long. All right. 30-40. Demon to take the break. To take the break in the second. All right. Zverev with the serve. Into the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the backhand. The backhand of Demon is Zverev forehand again. The backhand of Demon. Into the forehand of Zverev. Demon or forehand again to the forehand of Zverev. And Zverev hits a winner down the line. All right. Surviving. Deuce. All right. Deuce. All right. Deuce. Is it a fault from Zverev? Second serve. As a return goes down the line from Demon. Zverev with the backhand. Into the forehand of Demon. Demon overhits it though, advantage Zverev. Yeah, by the way, when I said Roger's not great at doubles, I meant at the Laver Cup. His record at the Laver Cup is terrible compared to how good he actually is. Like, his record here is not great in Laver Cup doubles. I know he won a gold medal. I said Laver. I'm pretty sure I said Laver Cup. At the Laver Cup, Federer is terrible at doubles. All right, Zverev to stay in front. As De Minaur returns back into Zverev. De Minaur forehand pass in the net. All right. Zverev holding on. 2-1. All right, now they're on their feet, the team. Finally, Team Europe are doing something, except for Casper Ruud, who's hiding in the back. You know what it is? I just think Team Europe just don't know how to be a team. They look confused. Like, they're all standing up like high fives, and then they sit back down. Like, I just don't think they just feel awkward. Except for Alcaraz. Alcaraz is the only one who's, like, standing there and, like, listening to Jannik. I mean, who's on their phone? Who's that? Is that Menchik? See, I hate this. I think it's so bad. I hate it. It's the worst. Everyone's on their phones. Oh my God. Mahach, Ruud, Menchik are all looking down on their phones. What are you? We need to confiscate the phones. We need to go back to high school and take away everyone's phones. All right, we're in class. You got to pay attention. The teacher's talking. You got to put your phones away. And on a serious note, he might not be talking to you, but Jannik Noah is talking to Zverev and dropping gems. You should be around that conversation. I don't care if he's talking to you or if he's talking to somebody else. You should be standing there and listening to what this man has to say. Right? Pay attention. This man won a Grand Slam. How many Grand Slams without Alcaraz has Team Europe won? 0, right? No Grand Slams. They've won 0. So stand there and pay attention to the man that won the French Open. You might learn something. Just stand there and listen. Alcaraz has got 6 slams and he's listening. He's there going, what's he saying? What's he saying? Like, Alcaraz is paying attention. That's why he's got 6 slams. He listens. Everyone else is on their phone. It's like, you're not going to listen when you're on your phone. Like, Jannik Noah might say something to Zverev that you could adopt, right? Isn't that kind of rude to be on their phone? Well, that's it. I mean, that's part of it. It's the worst. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like, come on. I don't think I've seen Team World have one phone. I don't think anyone's been on their phone the entire time. I don't think Team World have phones. Rafael Nadal's got an iPad, maybe to order some food, but like he's got Rafael Nadal's got an iPad because he's so big. It's basically a phone, right? He has to use an iPad because his head's massive. But Rafael Nadal bought his iPad because that's the only way he can, yes. He's just like this. This is his hand. He's just like, that's it. He's like, I can't press the buttons. My hands are too big. I'm a massive dude. 30-15. So Rafael Nadal's got his iPad, which is basically a phone. So, but other than that, yeah, he's Hagrid. Other than that, I haven't seen one phone this whole time on the red bench. All right, 30-15. Backhand rally. As they're over the forehand into the forehand of Demon. Demon in the net. 30-all. Here's a chance. $30-all. $30-all. Now we're going to serve again from Demon. Little chance for Zverev for the first time today. Good serve, Demon, though. Zverev hits out in the return, 40-30. All right, 40-30. Demon to level the second. There's a backhand return. Goes to the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the forehand. Again, the forehand of Demon. There's the forehand again from Demon to the forehand of Zverev. Demon again with the forehand. But it goes to the net from Demon, and we get the deuce. Deuce. Putting some audible work into his shots now, Zverev. Yeah. All right, De Minaur with the fault second serve. Roger wouldn't have been on his phone. I agree. As the return goes into the forehand of Demon, Zverev with the forehand goes long. Advantage Demon. Because again, chat, like, if I'm Zverev right now and I turn around to my bench and they're all looking on their phones or they are not interested in what I'm doing, I am going to feel dejected by that. I'm going to look over and go, oh, you guys don't care. And then I'm going to go, well, why should I care? And then you just can't, and then it's just this whole like weird tension, right? Where you're like, well, my team don't give a shit. Why should I try hard, right? Besides like personal pride and like ego, if they don't care, then why the hell should I care? You know what I mean? And then it then goes the other way where, let's say, you know, in the next matches, one of them is playing and Zverev's like, well, you didn't support me, so why the hell should I care for you? And then he'll jump on his phone and it just breeds this entire, like this whole like bad, weird kind of like non-supportive thing. It's weird, you know? As De Minaur hits a lovely volley, Zverev hits a wide on the forehand. And Agassi loves it. He's on his feet. Oh, God. More Andre, please. Can we get some more Andre, please? Advantage Demon. Advantage Demon. Why is Jannik not asking them to drop their phones? Probably because he probably doesn't care that much. Like I'm not that he doesn't care. As De Minaur fired up, by the way. He is so fired up. Agassi's loving it. Agassi's getting involved. Agassi's on the court. He's like, I want to play. But yeah, so it's not that he doesn't care, but it's probably that it doesn't bother him as much as it bothers me. But it's just the little things like that, you know? The little things like that where it just seems like, especially because Team World are not doing this. Now, if Team World were on their phones and Team Europe were on their phones, I wouldn't care because it would be like, oh, well, nobody really is taking this super serious. No one's really that invested, right? But because one team are so locked in and so there for each other and the other team are like complete opposites, it makes it look even crazier, right? It makes it look even worse. When one team are just like, couldn't be bothered, and the other team are like on their feet every point, and there's not a phone in sight, right? You can just tell like there's such a different dynamic. 2-0. Zverev with a great forehand. Zverev finally starting to play some tennis. De Minaur with some great defense though, as we get it back in for Zverev again. The back in a Demon. Demon hits it wide, and Zverev gets the first point. 15-love. These little things matter. I agree. And like I said, Europe have been able to win on talent, right? For so long. They had Nadal and Federer. They had Djokovic and Federer. They had the big four. Like they've had so much high-level talent to rely on winning, right? They've got Alcaraz now, right? Last year, no Alcaraz, they lose. But if you take that away, or if, God forbid, Alcaraz loses to Fritz today, and if he doesn't win, then how are they going to win if Alcaraz doesn't win? If he gets upset, the whole team's going to lose, right? It doesn't feel like, again, because they don't feel like a team. So if Alcaraz goes down, what's going to happen then? But I don't think he will, but, I mean, geez. And that's what happened, like in these 50-50s, when I say 50-50, I mean these matches where, Team World have a chance, these little things are going to matter. I mean, yesterday with Caboli, right? We saw that nobody was supporting Caboli when he was losing. Now, Team Europe were up 2-0, so maybe they felt like we didn't need to win that match. But this is a match that they need to win. Because if they lose it, it's level. And it's just a 50-50. As with a backhand down the line of the forehand, it's Zverev. De Minaur forehand goes long. But it's just going to be interesting to see what happens over the next, especially today. All right, 30-15. $30-15. As Zverev comes to the net, De Minaur puts it in the net. It's 40-15. $40-15. I think this is what makes Laver Cup more interesting. Recently, Europe has the star power, but Team World has the team chemistry, and the ranking gap isn't as distant. Yeah. I think what Team World has lacked in talent over the last, most of these Laver Cups, they've made up for it. They've had to have team chemistry, because if they're not a team, then they wouldn't have even stood a chance. Like, I think that's where, and it's funny because, like, there are a lot of the same guys that have played this tournament for Team World and Team Europe. But it's kind of crazy to, and this is where it kind of comes into like every year that we see this, the players that played the year before or the previous times had a different sort of, like, Zverev has played this so many times, right? Most of the time that he's played it, they don't need team chemistry, right? He's like, hey, we've got good players. We don't need to like be best friends as long as we all do our job, right? But Team World haven't had that luxury. So they've had to be way more of a team because they lacked star power. But now they've got the star power and the team chemistry, right? And like I said, if you take Alcaraz out of the team, now they're all on their feet, clapping and stuff. By the way, it's not Ruud, it's Caboli who was on his phone. Ruud went to the bathroom. Now Ruud's leaving again, okay? It was Caboli, sorry. He was on his phone, not Ruud. Ruud's actually been pretty good. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's... He's definitely more team-orientated, which is weird because Norway have, like, one player. But yeah, you know what I mean, though? Like, if you played this, like, the first 5 times or first 3 times and you were in Team World... and they were like getting really jazzed up for you, and they were fired up because they knew that if we don't lock in together, we have no chance. Whereas Team Europe are like, well, we got Federer, we got Nadal. I don't have to high five. You guys will win that, and we'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Trying to change that like mindset on Team Europe is going to be very tough because for 8 years they've never really had to be a team. They've just been a bunch of good players. But you take out the good players and you don't have the team chemistry, it's going to be tough when the tough moments happen, right? Whereas Team World, if they get better players and they keep that chemistry, good luck. And they were on a tear. The last 3 years, they won 2 in a row. And then last year, if it wasn't for Alcaraz, they would have won 3 in a row. And Team World would have been like back into this like contest, right? If it wasn't for Alcaraz saving their ass last year, right? Does team chemistry actually matter? I'm not convinced. I think it matters. For sure it matters. I mean, go look at the Laver Cups where Team Europe had crazy good results. Like crazy good teams, sorry. I'm talking about like the Nadal Federer in their prime teams, right? If I go back to 2017... If I go back to 2017, you had Nadal, Federer, Zverev, Cilic, Team Burdick. Only 1 guy wasn't in the top 10. But all of that's a crazy team, right? Yet it went down to the final match. In fact, it went down to the final tiebreak of that tie. The other team had Querrey, Isner, Kyrgios, Sok, Shapovalov, Tiafoe. I mean, that's a totally in 2017. That's not even close talent-wise. But the chemistry that Team World had gave them a chance. Right? After day one, it was 3-1 World. But the doubles, see, that's where they always will win in the doubles. And then Kyrgios saved in the second match or the second day. And then the final day, it came down to the doubles. Isner beats Rafa. Huge. That doesn't happen. I mean, I think that's the only time Isner ever beat Rafa. That wouldn't have happened had they not had any team chemistry. And then it came down to Federer beating Kyrgios at the very, very end. Again, Team World should never have been that close against that Team World. I mean, Querrey, Isner, Kyrgios, Sok, Shapovalov, Tiafoe should not even go near Nadal, Federer, Zverev, Cilic team. Not even close. They should have maybe won 1 point. Yet it went down to the final match, right? Again, team chemistry. That's the only way they get close. You know, same thing in 2018. You had Federer, Djokovic, Zverev, Dimitrov, Goffin, Edmund. Not as good as the first year, but still a very good team. Against Anderson, Isner, Schwartzman, Sok, Kyrgios, Tiafoe. And again, it goes down to the final matches. Goes down to the final day. There's a lot of matches that went to third set tiebreaks that year. You know? The format definitely helps. I'm not going to lie. The format definitely helps Team World. But again, when you get to those final set tiebreaks and your team's on their feet cheering you on, those are the times it's going to matter. You know, those are the moments that it's going to matter in those moments. De Minaur levels 3-0 and Agassi is going nuts. Agassi is going nuts and I love it. But yeah, I mean, look, you might not be convinced, but I think team chemistry probably accounts for maybe like 5% of a result. Like it helps a little bit, right? But again, when it's even, when it goes down to that final set shootout, that 5% might help, right? That little difference might help. All right, 3-3. More than 5%. Yeah, well, maybe 10%. Maybe it's a lot more, but yeah. So you think that those less talented players are outperforming themselves due to the positive team chemistry? Yes. Yep. I think the Team World, their lack of talent, they make up for it with team chemistry. For sure. All right, 15 love. All right, nice volley there from Zverev. He hasn't hit too many great volleys, but he got that one. All right, 15 love. And Demon backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Demon. Zverev forehand. Into the forehand of Demon. As Zverev forehand again goes long. No, it goes in. No, it goes long. 15-0. All right, 15-0. By the way, the thing about this format as well, which makes it really interesting, is you might lose the first set 6-1, but if you can win the second set, you can win this match. Or even if you win it in a tiebreak, you can, like, winning the first set 6-1, it's nice, but it also kind of doesn't matter. Because once you get, if you're one set all and you got to play a 10-point tiebreak, I mean, that's everything, like, it doesn't matter what you did in the first set. Has a bit of slice from Demon into the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from De Minaur. Into the backhand of Zverev. As De Minaur forehand again to the backhand of Zverev. De Minaur forehand on the stretch. Zverev goes down the middle. De Minaur's there with a backhand cross court. Zverev with the pass. Demon with a drop volley winner. Oh, that was a great volley. What a great volley. Rafter loved it. He's like, that's more like it. That's my kind of tennis. Even Agassi's like, oh my God. He's like, my whole career I didn't hit a volley that good. Agassi, I like it. It starts with the coach, right? Like Agassi is so Like, he is so engaged in this. I love it. Starts with the captain. Can't believe that volley. He was so impressed. Love it. All right, 15-30. Zverev serves a fault second serve. Serve in the back of the demon. Return goes to Zverev. Oh, and Zverev hit it wide. 15-40. Here we go. 15-40. And Agassi just given all kinds of direction. I love it. I love that he's so into it. Like, he is so involved. I love it. 7 to the 4 of Alcaraz. Whoops. He was on the screen. I'm confused. Backhand over Zverev. Into the back of the demon. Is Zverev backhand again. Into the back of the demon. Sliced again. Zverev comes to the net. Demon with a pass. Zverev with a volley. Goes wide. De Minaur's got the break in the second. He runs to the chair. And again, Agassi's fired up. The whole team are on their feet. And Zverev is struggling. And again, only Alcaraz is on his feet. Team Europe, you got to lift. You got to lift, Europe. You got to lift. You got to lift. Your man needs you, and you're sitting there on the back there just chilling. You need to get up. You got to stand up. You need to stand up. You stand by your guy. He might not be from your country, but he's wearing blue and you're wearing blue. You're from the same continent. You need to stand up. Only Alcaraz is there. He's the only one. He is the only one that it gives a shit. Everybody else is kind of like, oh God, now I have to win my match. Like, that's the wrong mentality. If Zverev loses, you all lose. That's what they got to get in their heads. If one of us lose, we all lose. Like, they definitely don't have that. They don't think that. They're thinking, oh shit, now I've got to play doubles and I've got to do this and I've got to do that. Oh, I've got to make up for this guy's loss. Oh God. They don't. No, if one of you lose, you all lose. You all got to take that on board. All right, 4-3. As De Minaur with a set and a break. Hits a volley in the nets. Ooh. 15, love 15. Love 15. Love 15. I'm going to fault second serve. I tell you what, though, I'm really keen to see how Rune does in the next match. I wonder if Rune is going to be more demanding. Because, like, I don't think, like, Zverev turning around to his team, telling them to, like, give him support, I don't think would go down well. I think everybody would be like, why is he yelling at me? But I reckon Rune would turn around to the team. If they're not on their feet, he'd be like, get up. Like, what are we doing? Like, I think Rune is a little less apologetic, you know? I think he's more likely to kind of yell at the team and be like, give me some support. Like, so I'm interested to see how Rune reacts. If he needs their support, right? He might win. But if he's down, I wonder how he's going to, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he turns around and he's telling everyone to lift. You know, he might actually... send a rocket up him, you know. Anyways, love 30. There's a forehand from Demon into the backhand of Zverev. Great shot, Zverev. All right, love 40. Zverev to get back on serve straight away. Love 40. Love 40. See, again, Team Europe are always on their feet when Zverev is winning points. When he's losing, they all want to leave. Like, when he's winning, they're like, yes! When he's losing, they're like, oh, God, do I have to be here? Like, they just, oh, God. God, he's losing. Oh, God, it's embarrassed. Like, they are not there when he needs him. They're there when he's winning. They love that. They're all supporting him when he wins. Anyways, 30-40. But when he's losing, they're like, oh, God, what's going on Instagram? Is anyone... Oh, God, I'm going to play Wordle. All right, 30-40. Still a chance if it's rare to get back on serve. As the return goes into the forehand Demon. Zverev with the forehand again, the forehand Demon. Oh, Demon hits it wide. Zverev back on serve. That was just a bad game by Demon. Bad game. 4-4. All right, 4-4. That was a rough game. All right, back to Zverev. Into the forehand rally. And Zverev in the net with a slice. Love 15. Love 15. And Zverev serves again. Zverev with a good serve. 15-0. And Zverev serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand De Minaur. To the slice of Zverev. De Minaur backhand slice. Again, the backhand is Zverev. De Minaur backhand down the line. Great shot. Zverev gets it. Oh, wait. It was not up by Zverev. Really? Ooh, okay. By the way, is that the umpire that Zverev... Is that the umpire that Zverev doesn't like? Or is that a different umpire? I think, is that the same umpire? I can't remember. Anyways, they're doing a replay. So this was apparently not up by Zverev, which means it bounced twice. This is a big call. 15-0. This is a big call. And we're going to see a replay, I guess. Oh, it was a different umpire? Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know if it's this one or the... I know the other one. I know who the other one is, but... Yeah, that was a double bounce. Good pickup by the umpire. Yeah, that definitely bounced twice. Definitely bounced twice. That definitely bounced twice. Good pickup by the umpire. Yep. Definitely bounced before Zverev hit it. Good pickup. 15-30. Oh, and De Minaur hits a return winner. And now Zverev's getting angry. He's saying it's a let. Oh no, Zverev's not happy. He thought it. Zverev said that was a let. Zverev is not. He thought it was a let. And then De Minaur hit a return winner. Zverev is not happy. What are Team Europe going to do now? What are Team Europe doing? What a team. By the way, Pat Rogers like, I don't know. I don't know. You're not going to get me helping you. The umpire said, I don't see a let. Where the hell's Team Europe now? Where's Team Europe? If I'm Team Europe, I'm on my feet going, yeah, it was a let, you bastard. Like, they're all just sitting there like, oh God, what do we do? No one's supporting Zverev. No one's supporting Zverev. They're all kind of like, oh no, he's yelling. No one's there. Yeah, going, yeah, that's right. It was a let. That was pretty close. Zverev might have a point. It's a terrible camera angle. It needs to zoom in a little bit. 15:40. Zverev, the last 2 points. He is not, he's not having fun. 15:40. There's an ace out wide that time. 30-40. All right, 30-40. Still break point here for Demon. 7 to the back of De Minaur. Return goes into the forehand of Zverev. De Minaur backhand. Down the line to the forehand of Zverev on the stretch. De Minaur forehand down the line to the backhand of Zverev. De Minaur in control. He hits a slice though. Into the backhand of Zverev. Backhand from Demon to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Demon. Zverev forehand again. Good shot. De Minaur gets with the backhand off the tape. But it doesn't go over. And we get the deuce. That was close. Deuce. There was no chance where I was getting that. All right. Deuce. As a return from Demon goes in the back of Zverev. De Minaur backhand pass. Zverev with the volley. De Minaur with the pass. Too good. All right. Advantage Demon. Great passing shot. Agassi would be proud. Advantage Demon. Advantage Demon. To get the break and serve for the match. Lovely pass from Demon. All right, Zverev serves again. Serve in the back end of Demon. Return goes back in Zverev. Zverev in the nets! All right, he breaks again. De Minaur. De Minaur will serve for this match. Big win for Team World if they can get it. Huge result to set up the second day. And it puts Cerundolo-Rune in a very interesting match. The next match it gets very interesting. By the way, chat, does anyone else know where Taylor Fritz is? I haven't seen him all day. Is he there? Where the hell's Fritz? Is he warming up Cerundolo? Is that what he's doing? Where the hell's Taylor? I haven't seen him all day. He has not been there. Is he in bed? What's he doing? Is Is he on Twitch? Is he streaming again? Is he playing League of Legends? What's going on? Where the hell's Taylor? I haven't seen him once. In the bathroom? What, he's been there for 2 hours? The hell? I haven't seen him once. All right. Let's see if Demon can finish this off. Yeah, he walked out and then he walked back out. He went, Taylor Fritz, hi everyone, and then he just left. I literally haven't seen him the entire time. All right, forehand return goes to the forehand of Demon. He's serving for this match. Again to the forehand of Demon, forehand from Zverev. Again to the forehand of Demon, Zverev forehand again down the line. Demon's there with the backhand. Into the slice of Zverev. Demon slice. Again the slice of Zverev. Demon backhand again, sliced. Into the backhand of Zverev, into the backhand of Demon. Zverev with the forehand. Into the forehand of Demon on the stretch. Zverev down the line again. De Minaur backhand, the backhand of Zverev, into the backhand of De Minaur. Zverev with the forehand down the line. De Minaur gets it. Backhand up Zverev. De Minaur with the slice. Into the forehand of Zverev. De Minaur forehand again. Into the forehand of Zverev. De Minaur's there with the backhand cross court. Zverev slices it back. De Minaur with the drop shot. Zverev gets it with a slice. De Minaur with the backhand pass. Zverev with the volley. Oh, it's too good. Finally, Zverev gets a good shot. And Agassi, he applauds. Even the whole team world are like, that was a good volley. Alcaraz is trying to he's trying to get this, he's going like this, and everyone's kind of just like Alcaraz is, I feel so bad for Carlos, because he's tried his best to get this team to give a shit. If it wasn't for Carlos, like I said, no team, Carlos is the team. No team, no Carlos, no team, right? He's going like this, oh my God. And everyone, all the Team Europe are like, what is he doing? They're not getting into it. You know what they need? They need Davidovich Fekina on the team. At least then he can mess around with somebody and Carlos is the only one on the team that's doing anything. Anyways, love 15. That was a great volley. Even Team World applauded. Everyone knew that was a great volley. Love 30. De Minaur. Serve again. Love 30. As De Minaur comes in, puts away the volley. 15-30. All right, see you later, Leon. Team World has shown Zverev more support than Team Europe. That is true. That was the most support Zverev's gotten all day. And it was from the wrong team. 15-30. As we return now to the forehand of Demon. Backhand over Zverev. Again, the backhand slice of De Minaur. Zverev with the forehand cross court goes long. 30 all. Come on. Come on, Demon. You've played so well today. You've done so well. Finish the job. Come on, Demon. Come on, Demon. $30 all. As Demon serves. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the backhand. Into the backhand slice of Demon. As Zverev backhand again. Into the backhand of Demon. Zverev with the forehand goes long. Match point Demon. 40-30. This is, by the way, not just a huge win for this Laver Cup, but it's a huge win for De Minaur personally. To beat a guy that he's played 10 times and has a terrible record against. Huge win for him personally. 40-30. To level the scores. He serves in the forehand of Zverev return. Goes in the forehand of Demon. Zverev with the forehand. Again to the forehand of Demon is Zverev. Forehand down the line. De Minaur's there with a backhand. Cross court to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand from Demon. Into the forehand of Zverev as De Minaur forehand of the stretch. Zverev again to the forehand of Demon. He's going forehand to forehand cross court. De Minaur defending as Zverev goes down the line. De Minaur's there with a backhand as Zverev. Forehand cross court. De Minaur's got it. Goes down the line. Zverev with a pass. De Minaur with a volley. Zverev can't get it. De Minaur levels the scores. Ha ha! All right. Game on. De Minaur levels. And what a win as well. Such a good win personally for him against a man that he's lost to a lot. Great win for Demon. Great win for the world. And now the next match is going to be very interesting because it's Cerundolo versus Rune. All right. It's going to be a very interesting match, the next one. Great win. Great win for Demon. He came out here and he was just like, I'm winning this. Like, he was up 5-love in like 20 minutes. It was like, yep, let's go. Team World just wanted it more. And now Team Europe better get off their ass because they got a lot of work to do. This is getting a little bit too close. And they got to, I mean, you can't just rely on Alcaraz. Well, you can, but I don't think they need to. They shouldn't. They need to support Alcaraz. Can't just be doing, can't be a one-man team. All right. Great win for Demon. Love that for him. Love that for the world. I should have won the red yesterday. It brings in luck. All right. Now, we've got Rune taking on Cerundolo, which is a huge match now. This is a massive match. Because the winner of this match is going to be to take the lead in this Laver Cup. 3-3. But Demon gets the win, 6-1, 6-4, and he levels the scores. And now we go to an interesting deciding match until later. It's deciding for now.